this party.
What up, dudes? Welcome to the Ramblings April finale.
Woo! Happy Good Friday.
Yeah, that too.
For all you religious peoples out there.
Okay.
Yo, Jesus is king.
So April's a bit of a roller coaster of a month for me. It's the month.
Even though it's literally like 2 days in.
No, just.
Oh,
in
it
years
was like
past.
what's happening.
Yeah. It's like it's the month that gave me FF7R, my favorite game of all time.
Okay.
It's the month that's going to give me Nier Replicant, which is I'm gonna cry for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the month that took one of my best friends away from me almost 3-4 years ago now.
Oh, that took a drastic turn.
Yeah. So.
May he or she rest in peace. I don't know who that is.
So just April is kind of a heavy month for me, but instead of, I didn't mean to bring the mood down with that. It's just, I wanted to do something special for in about 8 days, it's going to be the Final Fantasy VII Remake's first anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And that game is just so near, well, the remake and the original are both so near and dear to my heart. It's just, if you take that part out of me, well, if you take that part away, I'm pretty much not the same person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have my notes. Hold on. I need my notes. I don't want to ramble during this.
Fun fact about him is pretty much a lot of what David is today. It's heavily influenced by what Final Fantasy was. Literally.
Oh, and before we start, I can't believe I just skipped over this.
Eh.
Since it's April, are you still on your Naruto binge?
I'm kind of jumping. Well, not jumping anime. No. The only anime I'm going back and forth with Naruto, not actually jumping, is just Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I'll go to Naruto.
I'm asking you to maybe put Naruto on a hold for now.
Okay.
And watch this show called Your Lie in April. It's a rom-com, so I think you'll like it.
Oh, but I'm gonna be sad. But okay, I'll watch it.
At least give it a chance.
Yeah, I'll give it a chance because I'm trying new things and
At the very least, if the opening doesn't slap your face off.
I'm doing it wrong. I need to rewatch it until it hits.
Okay. So I got Your Lie in April out of the way.
I'm actually quite excited for it.
So, Final Fantasy VII Remake one year anniversary. There are things that I think transcend their medium, and there are things that actually transcend their medium. And then one thing I think actually transcended its medium is the score for Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. Like, I've known people who have never touched a video game, and they can recite the chorus for One Winged Angel just in its original Latin. Just, what?
Yeah.
And you'll find out when you finish the game. So it's my favorite game ever made, and I say this with a lot of fictional characters that I really, really mean it here. Like, you haven't met her yet, but Cloud and Tifa, they were very much the older siblings I did not have growing up. And I know, this is going to be kind of weird now.
I'm an only child as well, so I definitely relate, and I'm pretty sure anyone else who didn't have siblings might know where you're coming from as well.
Just a lot of the life lessons that I learned as a kid, I learned from them. And like a lot of the cheering up that I needed when I was a kid, Tifa usually did for me. There was a movie that came out, I think, 13 years ago. It was called Advent Children. Mm-hmm. And there's a scene where Tifa's talking with Cloud, like, yo, come on, you need to stand up already, get over it. And she's like, and every day whenever I would have a bad day, I would go home, I would pop a movie in, and then I would just skip to there and just replay it until I felt better.
Yeah.
And what I've always loved about the main thing I've always loved about that game was their relationship. Now, it's a big debate in the community whether they're together or not, because in the movie they have similar rings, they wear similar clothes. It's kind of on the nose whether they're together romantically or not, but they're pretty much two opposite people. Cloud is arrogant, a fucking borderline almost a dick.
Yeah.
Tifa is the sweetest angel on the goddamn planet. And those two really shouldn't be friends, but they are. And through whatever reason, it's just always been so obvious that they care about each other, whether or not they're romantically involved or not.
Yeah. And that's a really cool dynamic because it kind of goes to show how big like the world is when it comes to different personalities, and you may never know who and what may come into your life. Hey, you doing it without me? But it just goes to show, like, there are so many things, like, you will never expect that would attract you do attract you. And pure example with like, Cloud and Tifa, and you're just like, oh shoot, like, these two are polar opposites, but despite their differences, they're still there for each other.
Like this, I really don't know. Sometimes it kind of doesn't make sense because Cloud is such an ass sometimes.
Yeah, he is.
But like through their contrast, they bring out the better parts of each other, and that's what I think is so great about them.
Mm. It's a perfect example. I'm pretty sure this was maybe, if not, it might be coincidence or it did influence this. But how far are you with Jujutsu Kaisen?
I don't even remember. It's been so long since I watched the show.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but what do you want me to like make this connection or?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. It's not really much of a big spoiler, but just in case if anyone is going to be surprised by this, for this spoiler warning, but Fushiguro has a sister.
Which one is Fushiguro again? The wolf
Black
guy?
hair. Guy with the wolves. Mm-hmm. And Fushiguro is like Cloud, and his older sister, I don't remember her name, but his older sister is like Tifa. So they're polar opposites, but they
One's
care
an asshole,
deeply
yeah,
for each other. So yeah. And it's actually funny because you'll see later on with Fushiguro's backstory that he was that asshole person, but the way you see him now, he's like kind of different from what he was then. And I was all influenced by his older sister.
Wait, older sister?
Older sister.
Oh, Tifa's younger than Cloud, but
Yeah.
like I don't mean to go back from your point, but I really can't imagine my life without this series, because I'm about to drop a lot of names, just leave you completely in the dark, but I see myself in Fang because I know what it's like to want to take the low road to say you're not worthy of mercy. I see myself in Cloud because sometimes it is hard to open up to people. I see myself in Tifa because I don't like seeing people get hurt either. I see myself in Cecil just because sometimes I think I'm not worthy of love. And I see myself in Kais because I know how it feels to be labeled. And I see myself in Lightning because I know what it's like to have someone make a promise to you and then they break their promise.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's my big spiel for Final Fantasy. You got
No, those are deep cuts for sure. That's something that in one of my classes that we were talking about in one of the stories that we were reading, that the author was writing the story to her personally. She wasn't making the I very like,
She was writing it to herself.
Yeah, in a way. And as she was writing about her story, her backstory, her trauma, and her pain, it also transcended more to relatability because her story then connects with other people who are reading her story. And I think that's a really big thing when it comes to storytelling, because at the end of the day, when you're listening in or you're watching or experiencing someone else's story, you can't help but relate to it. And I think that's what's so powerful. And that list you just went off just is a prime example of how strong someone else's story
Can be.
And I mean, shit, I would never be the same without Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, damn straight. Like, I keep that shit under wraps, but I'm going to say this with pride because I don't give a fuck what you said. I subtly liked Sonic 07. And I'll take that shit to my grave. Not because of the story. The story was sus. Not because of the gameplay. The gameplay was horrible.
Wait, was that the one where Sonic was getting a little, with the human lady?
Yes. And no, that was not my reason for liking this game. Reason why
That ain't none of my business.
No, it's no one's business. That junk is sus. But reason behind why I love the game so much, because it wasn't perfect. And I just thought, it's like, hey, cool. I get to be Sonic the Hedgehog, get to run really fast and destroy a bunch of robots. And this was coming from my 7-year-old brain. And now looking at it at 20, I begin to appreciate it. And I realize how much Sonic influenced me. So I know exactly how you feel.
All right, you got anything big? Because that was my big thing.
I mean, I haven't gotten really anything big. Most of this stuff I'm keeping to myself so far because I'm doing shits.
Wow. Alright, episode's over. Goodbye.
Oh shit! Wait, really?
I don't want to just, like, fucking take the whole episode.
Hello?
What?
You do not know how much I talk?
Well, shit.
Well, I mean, dude, if you have any more, I would love to know. I'm pretty sure they would like to know too.
I can't say anything because you haven't finished the game!
Well, not because you had to finish the game. Is there anything else, or is it really just Final Fantasy?
I mean... You know what?
If not, I can definitely do a couple of placeholders though.
What? Do something.
Like, do you really have nothing else?
No, I have one other thing, but I don't want to take the whole episode.
It's fine. It's okay.
Alright, hold on. So, Nier Replicant is coming out in exactly 4 weeks. 4 weeks. I'm excited.
4 weeks, and then there'll be no sign of Kaine. Like, he'll be gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone, and the only way you can find me is I'll be like in a hidey hole, just like listening to the soundtrack and crying. Speaking of that soundtrack, that is one other thing that I think like transcended its medium, even though not a lot of people know it. Like, hold on, I'm gonna airdrop you some things.
Oh. Where? Oh. I don't know if that's a great idea right now, because, phones connect to computer.
Oh, shit.
But later, though. But exactly what is it you're going to airdrop to?
Okay. The soundtrack, the composer, and the vocalist basically made a fake language.
Cool.
The vocalist is a linguist, meaning she can decipher any language. She took elements from like Japanese, German, Gaelic, French, and just mishmashed it all together until it became this chaos language.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
That's impressive.
Now, hopefully, if I play this, can you hear it?
Perfectly.
All right. This is one part. Hold on.
Why does this sound so familiar?
I've probably played it for you before.
No. It sounds oddly similar to something from Attack on Titan.
Did Sawano rip off a...
Yeah! Like, that sounds super similar. Instantly, I was like, what the hell? But no, that's really sick, though.
No, that's part 1. This is part 2.
Okay.
Do you hear the difference?
Whoa.
Do you hear that difference? It's 2 different parts.
Yeah.
And this is them together. This intro is so long.
I'm loving this guitar. How were you getting me to both not only be on the verge of dancing my ass off
And then crying.
and then making me cry at the same time? Because that was... Wow. That was really beautiful. Somehow, in some way, she pulled it off extremely well. That was sick. And how she delayed the different languages, and then somehow the composer brought it in together as if they were the same. Dude, that's some next level shit, yo. That's crazy.
And bear in mind, this game came out 12 years ago.
Huh? 12 years ago? Shit, dude. You're kidding me. And this flew under my radar?
Well, the game itself wasn't very popular. It didn't do very well.
If it ain't Call of Duty or Halo during that time frame, then it ain't it.
Yeah, I think the only reason. Do you know a channel called Zoom In Games?
I knew G4 back then.
No, back then I don't remember what it was. I don't even remember what it was. I remember looking up on YouTube one day, seeing Kaine, going to the store the next game, buying the game, spending weeks playing that game, and then just here we are, 12 years later.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
No, even back then, that score was gorgeous.
And that was 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
How? Wow. The things you never know. That's the thing that I'm experiencing a little bit is stuff that was so good, and to find them now and then figure out that they were years
ahead of
old.
their time.
Yeah. Wow. I honestly thought that junk was made recent. That's insane. That's crazy. It kind of goes to show how weird the media
How weird time is.
Yeah. There's a thing that I was watching talking about the spectrum of music and really art in general. And in the art world, there are 3 spectrums where there's folk, pop, and art. Like, not art as a grand scheme, but like artistic. And so folk is basically like your culture. So, for example, United States, like we have art that's specifically for us.
Yeah.
And then there's pop,
Which is the popular stuff.
Yes, like all the stuff that's good for marketing, get some easy cash. And then there's artistic stuff where, it's the shit that doesn't make any sense, and it's for those who like the contemporary abstract type shit. And so I definitely would love more of that.
No, and I would hardly call that abstract because when I first heard it, I didn't care that it was in a fake language. I just heard her voice and nearly started crying.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing between you and I is that what we consider normal is so different for someone else that isn't in that same not headspace, but doesn't like the same
That doesn't come from the same realm that we do.
Yeah.
And that sounds so pretentious.
Yeah. But just if we brought in someone who's never really even
heard like a classical piece or a chamber piece or even a soundtrack,
classical chamber soundtrack, hell, with just listening to the stuff they listen to on the radio, they would hear that. They will either be one of 2 things. They'll go like, "What the fuck is this?" Or 2, they would be like, "Whoa, I don't know how to process this."
Hold on, let me see if I can open the music app and I can play you Atonement.
Okay. But no, that's the thing that's so fascinating to me is the stuff that's considered art now, and now it's being dug up. It's just now considered to be something a little bit more.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Our season finale, we're just jamming out to music.
I'll put these in there. Square, please don't copy strike me. I love your score so much.
Oh, this is a different.
It's this. Okay, here's a.
Like same.
It's the same song, just
different type of version.
Now, spoiler alert, because I know you're probably not gonna play Nier ever.
I actually might.
Do it. I mean, you have my copy of Automata, so.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
How?
In that box of the KDA headphones are. Basically, you have a piece of my soul. I put that, Your Line April, and something else which I forget was in there.
Holy hell, dude!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you could play Automata if you wanted to.
My heart, it's pounding. It's pounding right now.
Yeah, not to beat that up. You do have like a third of my soul, so.
Literally, I feel like. Wait, fuck. What was it? The freaking...
The Horcrux?
Yes! Yes, I feel like I'm in some like Deathly Hallows type shit. This is weird. Okay. Now there's a little bit more at stake. Now I gotta guard that shit with my life.
Okay, no, but the thing is, with the Songs of the Ancients, in that fake language, someone actually managed to decipher that. Some mad lad managed to take every syllable, put it in its respective language, and decipher that shit.
The amount of time that person has,
No?
I'm impressed.
What the fuck?
I'm impressed. The amount of time he or she must have on his or her hands. Congratulations, you did the impossible.
Like, and it's a song basically about the end of the world.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense, because it is in a post-apocalyptic setting.
And I find it so weird. Well, no, weird and kind of fitting that something that beautiful is about the end of the world.
Yeah. I think that kind of goes to show from, like, these things that are beautiful actually come from a dark place. Because, seeds were created in darkness, and diamonds, hold on, shit. What was that? I kind of remember. But, like, diamonds were created under pressure, and grapes had to be, like, dark shit.
Yeah.
That, like, from its upbringing to produce something that's, like, appealing to the masses. And so something beautiful, i.e., what was the song called?
The Song of the Ancients.
The Song of the Ancients. Beautiful song from the front. But dig a little deeper, and that shit gets hectic very quickly.
I wish I could play, like, both versions together, because let me tell you, it is magical.
Oh, I don't think I can handle it. I don't think my sensory areas can manage it.
Magical.
I don't think I can speak English. I don't know what the hell that sentence was. But, yeah, that was really, really cool. I mean, that just really goes to show, like, there's no bounds to creativity at all. Like, it's a glass ceiling with, like, creativity. And that a level amount of creativity with, like, language taken away from everything that is... I can't even comprehend. That's, like, awesome. And that should inspire you more so than that take you away from it. So that kind of just shows, like, anything is possible. So, yeah.
All right, you got anything? Because that was kind of my whole spiel.
That was your whole spiel?
That was my whole thing.
Okay.
For the month of April.
So, I finished watching Harley Quinn. And I gotta say, dude, I'm glad... Wait, did I have any prejudice? Did I say anything prejudice about it when you brought it up the first time? Because I don't know if I did.
You said, I don't know if it's the best show on HBO Max.
Because I never watched it, yeah. Because I think that was during the time while I was watching freaking Game of Thrones.
And bear in mind, I said it was one of the best shows, so...
Yeah, so that's me being stubborn, one. And two, biased. So, but no, after watching Harley Quinn, that was the only show that simultaneously made me feel warm and gushy inside, laugh my ass off, also fairly made me intimidated, and at the same time, coherently telling a very great story with Harley Quinn. And I think, like, with Harley Quinn is, like, one of those characters is under this, like...
It really got their relationship right, because one of the things I hate is, like, people glorify their relationship, and no, never do that ever. Like...
It's a very abusive relationship.
He's abusive.
Like, he is a horrible asshole, and I think that's what the
he's abusive, and they highlighted that.
Yeah,
they definitely got that right.
Showed that, yeah, because he does that in the other shows, but one for kids, two.
Well, in the animated series, he did it. Oh, it was cute back then, but this time they really got this is serious.
No, it's very serious, because I'm pretty sure in the comics it was, like, way worse. So they did a very good job in showing how fucked up their relationship was and how that affected Harley Quinn, which is great for her story, because with her being basically his partner in crime for many, many years, it goes to show, like, it's a huge effects.
Hold on. Opinion of King Shark.
That is my boy.
I love him.
I love King Shark, which makes me go to say that the Suicide Squad that James Gunn is doing, they did my boy a little dirty.
I don't know, because King in James Gunn's movie, I get he's supposed to be more like a...
The comic relief.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of comic relief in that movie.
The comic... Not necessarily the comic relief, just like the big dumb guy. Whereas in this one, he is more like the clown, the comic relief. It's just...
But he is a smart one, though.
It's just two different stories. Not two different stories, two different tones.
Yeah. But I love this version of King Shark, for sure.
Like in the Harley Quinn show, they made Clayface intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I remember watching. Oh yeah, I was watching Young Justice, and there was a part where Clayface was in it.
Excuse me?
Yeah, watching Young Justice.
How far did you get?
Well, I'm still on season 1. I mean, I remember I got into season 2 and was waiting for season 3 to come by, but after like season 3 came around, it was long after I finished watching Young Justice. But I remember seeing Clayface in season 1 of Young Justice, and I was just like, I kind of liked him as the artiste that he was in Harley Quinn because I don't really like seeing him as a monster anymore.
As a dumb boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing I love about the show is that they really humanize some of these characters, even though Psycho is a total dick.
Who was Psycho again?
The guy that called Wonder Woman a C word.
Now at the time it was 2019. You could.
It's still bad now if you say it then.
It was 2019. You could have used a better word.
2019, dude. Psycho. It wasn't 1945. You can't say that junk. Once it got past that decade, it's over. No, past the 60s, even then. Because I can't even say much for the 50s.
Let's just not call people those words. Let's just all be nice to each other.
Right. Like...
No. But one of the things I love about DC is that there really aren't heroes and villains. Like, they do switch around very often. Like, Harley is pretty split down the middle. She's either with the Joker or she's with Bruce. And it's kind of the same thing with Slade with Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Because he's not really a villain unless you pay him enough money.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he is a mercenary at the end of the day.
He's more an anti-hero than...
More so than a villain. And it goes to talk about like that thing that you posted on your TikTok when you're explaining that DC does a very good job.
They're symbols before... Yeah. No, they're people before they're symbols.
Yeah. And I never really noticed that at first when I was watching some of the Marvel movies, that they never really addressed them by their real names as much so as DC does. And I think that's something that...
No, like that's, again, another thing, because even outside of the league, Clark and Bruce are still best friends.
Yeah. And I think that's why Injustice was so like big and like so impactful, because it takes that friendship that they built upon for years
and years
and literally flip it up in its head. And actually, I think after watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm like on some weird DC high now. Like, I don't know why, but the Winter Soldier and Falcon is not interesting me that much.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking about this.
Oh, we're talking about this?
Oh, no.
I was just going to bring it up and just leave it there.
No, yeah. That week when we got both Snyder Cut and Falcon and Winter Soldier, neither of them clicked with me.
No.
Like, Snyder is... I've said my 2 cents.
Yeah, you already talked about
the world knows how I feel about them. But Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't click for me either. And I was expecting it to, because that's what... One character I wanted them to explore more was Bucky. And they are, but it's just not... It's not the right twist of the key.
Yeah, because Bucky, he was kind of like in and out when it came after Winter Soldier. Because that was a movie somewhat about him, but even more so, it was kind of an introduction towards... who was in there? Winter Soldier was not really one of the best ones for me when it comes to Captain America solo movies. Yeah, even though it was one of the better ones, and technically Civil War is basically another Avengers movie. But, yeah, the Captain America movies didn't really click with me. I didn't really like them that much. But, yeah. After, you had, like, Bucky's intro with Winter Soldier, and then, his in-and-out relationship with Black Panther, and then the whole thing in Civil War, it kind of seems like he was just... the thing you were talking about in Zack Snyder's cut. Like, they just show him a little bit, and they show that they're going to do more with it.
And then they don't.
And then they don't do anything about it. And, of course, thinking that the show might expand upon it. And I haven't watched much about it, but much of it. So, hopefully, if I do get back into the Marvel and Cinematic Universe, hopefully that changes my mind.
All right, what else you got?
Well, so... we already went into Final Fantasy. That was one thing, but that was a good thing. And Harley Quinn, that was great. Stomper, dude, I've been doing a lot of that. That game, it's sus. It's fun, but it's also sus.
I have a question about Final Fantasy. Are you Team Jessie or Team Aerith? Aerith is the flower girl.
Ooh. You know what? Aerith. She gave me a flower.
I know too much.
She gave me a flower.
I know too much.
What's so wrong with that? She was so kind.
There's nothing wrong with that. No. So, fun fact about Aerith. Can I tell you guys a secret? But you have to promise not to get mad at me.
Huh.
In the original game, I was never a big fan of Aerith.
Oh.
It just, I didn't love her. I didn't hate her. She was just, kind of, I don't want to say bland. That's not the right word. Just,
But she was just there. She was just there.
like, she was one thing, I was another, and we didn't click well.
He's just like, you're cool. I don't hate you.
No, and one of the beautiful things about the remake is, a lot of my opinions on the characters have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Aerith went from someone I was pretty middle of the road on to, I fucking love her now. Because, yeah, she gives you a flower and just, you'll find out later.
Oh. But the flower, it just stays there on my cloud. And I'm just like, yo, this is wholesome. I get to fight bad guys with my freaking flowers sticking out. So, hey, that's fine by me.
It's a miracle it doesn't, like, fly off.
I know, right? Like, I was kind of expecting it,
It's
like,
just-
to kind of just, it's, whoop, there it goes. But
Oh,
nope,
okay.
it's chilling there, hanging. So, yeah, it was good. And also, I got in a little bit of Abzu, and that was fun. That was very, very beautiful.
I haven't finished Abzu.
I haven't finished it either. I mean, I just started. But it's very breathtaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never...
You're breathtaking!
No, you're breathtaking! Oh, man. I was actually... I was watching Ghost in the Shell with my dad, not the,
Not the movie?
No, it was
Good.
the movie. No, it was the movie. I know. But he was doing it for for his speakers and all his fancy toys in here. You got to admit, the VFX people did a pretty good job.
Sure.
In the beginning, they did.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to say much about it. I'm just talking about what it looked like in here. But, yeah. There was a time when my dad was, like, reading the thing on the screen. He was, like, talking about cybernetic enhancements. And I was like, you're breathtaking! And it was awkward after that because he didn't get the joke. So I was just like, oh, man.
Damn it.
But it just goes to show how much cyberpunk has influenced the media. Speaking of cyberpunk, have you been seeing a lot more synthwave music popping up on YouTube?
Nope.
No. Okay, then that just might be my algorithm.
Yeah, I think
cool.
it's just your algorithm.
But I would advise you to check it out.
But apparently with Cyberpunk, apparently they fixed it. With this last patch that came out,
Yeah, they said a new patch.
they
is supposed to
said
fix everything.
it fixed a lot of the problems that it had at launch.
Oh.
Which I haven't looked yet, but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, let's give it an opinion on that, and hopefully then we can. No, actually, no. I don't want to hope for that. That would be kind of weird.
What?
Because remember what her whole
9-inch.
her whole reason for just getting the game was for that purpose only. I don't understand why she would think that, but I'm like, okay, dude. But that was so funny when she was so dissatisfied with it.
False advertising.
Literally, she was just like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna do it. And
I'm
then
gonna give him a forward-facing tail.
And then she finally gets to it. She's just like, false advertising. I don't like it. I hate it. It's whack. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's been my week so far. Thumper, Abzu, and stuff that I'm not going to explain because life, and some Final Fantasy, and that was super freaking fun. And the soundtrack is ballin', as we already said, of course. But yeah, I'm totally vibing. This is extremely short. We did say we were trying to do shorter episodes, though.
But not this short.
Well, I mean, it's Oh shit! It's 35 minutes. Oh my. Well,
Especially for our finale. What the hell are you smoking?
I don't know what I'm smoking today. I'm smoking on something that's not.
So invincible.
Oh yeah, freaking
Oh,
the flip of stories and everything.
Hold on, have you met Eve?
Yeah.
Who do you prefer, Eve or Amber?
That's a very tough decision because like I have a soft spot for Eve because she was kind of she got done dirty.
Yeah.
By Rexplode. Screw that guy.
Fuck
by the
that
way.
man.
And also, I'm really loving what was her name? Not Monster.
Monster Girl.
Monster Girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's funny as hell. But
Isn't there a dick size to be part of this? I'm like, oh, she just said you have a small dick. Damn.
Oh, damn. Even though she's like 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for some weird reason, I'm just like, oh, okay, she's 24 and she looks like she's 12, but that's like one of the side effects.
Yeah.
She just
Shrinks.
decreases in age. But yeah, that was just. Where did I begin with Invincible, man? Oh my gosh.
I will say, no, this, like, after this week, after coming off the 3 from last week, it's like, why?
Yeah. Like, it just kind of wants you to, like, make more, like, just watch it for one shot.
No, like, not even binging, just like, I want more, because that one 40-minute episode wasn't enough for me. I'm like a junkie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't get enough of it, man. And honestly, I just didn't expect, something that drastic to happen in a superhero show. Like that
No,
drastic.
yeah, I knew it was gonna be not dark. I knew it was gonna be like that, but not
like that. Like the end of episode 1 is what we're somewhat.
Batman gets his face thrown all over the ground. Even though his name is Darkwing, but
he has dark wings. So
Darkwing has dark wings.
Red Flat, or was it Red? Is it Red Blur?
I don't remember.
Or Red Rush, yeah.
Red Rush.
Yeah, he's like Red Rush is because he's a rush of red color. So, what do you know?
I was looking for something iconic. In which, how the hell does blue, yellow, and gray speak invincible?
Hey, he was originally gonna go with neon yellow and orange.
Ew.
I think I would take the blue, yellow, and black a lot a lot more.
Yeah.
And then also later on, I did a little bit of research with the comics. He actually dons on a blue and gray. No, it's a black and like navy blue color. He kind of gets rid of the yellowish color.
I've been trying to find the comics and I just can't.
Yeah, like I'm surprised. Like I never even saw those in Barnes and Noble because we normally would go to there just to see the comic book section.
Yeah, no, like we normally would see Walking Dead and stuff in there, but no.
No Invincible. I think it might be just too graphic, but at the same time, they had the boys in there, though.
Yeah, they have the boys. They have
Ooh.
The Witcher.
Who do you think will win in a fight? Homelander or Omni-Man? They're both basically the same, like, spin-off character. But 2 different levels of fucked up.
I'm gonna say Homelander.
Homelander?
Yeah.
State.
What?
State.
Just because when Omni-Man is like demolishing the Guardians, we can see him taking damage. Homelander, I can't really see that happening.
Unless it's like emotional type shit. That's the only thing that you can really do to him. And Omni-Man can't really do that. Yeah, so that's fair enough. Homelander is kind of built different, so yeah. And
although no, I do know both their weaknesses. Their sons.
Oh yeah, that's actually very true.
No, and I guess that no, they're both super hard sons. So, I don't know. Oh,
I don't know because like I mean, I don't know exactly who to go for. I'll honestly say I will go for Omni-Man, maybe because out of levels of experience and that he was actually grown into a race that has the same powers as him. So that was one cool thing that I think that would be the leg up against Homelander. And also, have you ever noticed that all the males have the same mustache in that planet?
I think they did that just to save time.
Save time? Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I just found that very weird that all of them have the same mustache. Mustache.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Nah, it is supremely interesting. But I want to say that I'm going to definitely take a lot more superhero movies and shows like that. Because, like, it's cool seeing, like, all the MCU and DC stuff, but I can get more of a kick of what Invincible has in store.
What, just more graphic?
Not more graphic. It's, like, actually, yeah, graphic. But also, like, a little bit more on the play on the superhero trope. Because not a lot of them are actually, like, acting like superheroes. And it's not like how the boys do it, where there's, like, the Hollywood stigma.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of going more towards like the superhero image itself.
No, Red Rush in the first episode. He's like, yeah,
And he was like, I'm so sorry, I normally don't go this fast, but since you guys were in peril, and then the person vomits, he's like, oh shit, when one of you starts doing it, then the other one vomits. Classic. Beautiful. But no, I kind of like the parody actually for a parody. I think that's what I like Invincible a little bit more. Invincible a little bit more is because, The Boys, it's a parody, but it has a little bit more of a meaning, so it's much more of a serious tone. But with Invincible, it has the serious tone, but
I wouldn't
it's
really
still
call
comedic.
Invincible a parody. I would call it more like closer to a spin-off. No, The Boys is definitely a parody, yes. But Invincible, it's taking the tropes and making them a little different, just, without the Hollywood stigma.
Because, you have all the characters that resemble the Justice League, and then a couple of them that do resemble some of the Marvel heroes, because I think it's Spectre Dog that Mark was reading in the very first episode is supposed to resemble Doctor Strange. Hold on, let me pull up the picture.
No, Seance Dog.
Yeah, Seance Dog, yeah. Seance Dog is wearing the exact costume that Doctor Strange wears.
Is this like Crypto the Superdog except with Doctor Strange?
Yeah, and also playing on Crypto the Superdog.
Crypto the Superdog.
I used to remember I watched a lot of that. It was Crypto and then Bat Dog. Wasn't that his own show?
Bat Hound. It's spelled S-E-A.
S-E-A.
Oh, Science Dog. No, he said it weird.
Yeah, but you see, red cape, yellow gloves, exactly like Doctor Strange. Let me make another tab so you can see Doctor Strange.
Mr. Doctor.
It's Doctor to you.
Yeah,
okay.
no. Red cape, yellow gloves. Yeah.
Yep. Doctor Strange. Hello. There you go. Doctor Strange. So, yeah. Thought that was really cool. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm running on empty. What the hell is going on with this episode?
For a finale, this kind of sucks.
This is pretty crappy. Hold on. Something's got to blow up. Well, what can we blow up around here? Can we blow anything up around here? No, we can't.
Damn.
Fudge nuggets.
We're 42 minutes.
We're 42 minutes in, and we have almost nothing. Almost. Because, do you have anything?
I don't think I do.
No? Maybe so. Maybe not.
Nope.
No? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Should we just fold? Should we just end it here?
Folding. Here. On this episode.
On the April
Like
finale?
this? On the April
We can't let it end like this!
We can't let it end like this.